Guess what? I think I'm live on YouTube. It's Victoria Cunningham here, and this is a Breathe With Me session in honour of the Hunter's Moon. The Hunter's Moon is the first full moon after the harvest moon, and the harvest moon is the full moon that occurs closest to the autumn equinox. This is also a very special time because in our new moon at the middle of October, we had a solar eclipse. And solar eclipses always come in pairs with lunar eclipses. And tonight is the night for the partial lunar eclipse, which, again, it doesn't actually matter if you can see the moon in the sky, whether it's cloudy or not, these things are still happening. So you may well feel it. But if you can see it, because of this partial lunar eclipse, the moon does not look its usual silvery color. It's more like a blood moon. It has a darker, more reddy color. So do have a look out for that. And apparently, if the skies are clear enough, you should also be able to see Saturn at the moment. So there is a lot of stuff happening in a celestial level. There is also a lot of stuff happening in an Earth level, in a sort of, there's a lot of things going on in the world. And so all of these things, whether it is celestial or whether it is earthbound, they have an impact on us in an individual level as well. And that is regardless of what's going on in your life individually. However, full moons are always an interesting time. They're a time for release, a time to let go, and a time, if you think about that moon being full, it's illuminating all the shadows. Okay, and so I don't know about you, but this has been a particularly challenging lunar cycle for me on a personal level. And it's also been a time of letting go. So actually today I spent a little bit of time with my partner and our baby at a Halloween Bebops Burns Halloween disco, which was lovely. But I could not release my work, which is always difficult as a self-employed person. And so daddy and baby have gone away, and I have had a chance to do a little bit of releasing. And what I actually did was cleared out some of the baby's old clothes. We're going to be donating them and giving them away. And so it just felt really good to have that little bit of release. And I am also, I spent a little bit of this week actually letting go of what was on my laptop, and I've like the whole thing's been rebooted and renewed. So I have been working on that. I was doing that on Friday. So anyway, that is a lot of stuff that's going on. If you are interested in checking out what's going on, you can check out Instagram or Facebook for Stretch Body Mind. And you can check out my website, which is stretchbodymind.com, and that will tell you a little bit more about me and about the courses that I offer. So for those who don't know me, as I said earlier, my name's Victoria, and I deliver training courses both online and in person for people who want to become Pilates teachers, breathwork facilitators, meditation teachers, yoga teachers, kids movement and mindfulness teachers, or those people who are already qualified that want to do further training. So I always feel like I do have one foot in the woo-woo camp, but I've also got one foot very firmly planted on the earth. So, I feel like my chakras are balanced. I feel like they're my energy centers as well, and that my nervous system is balanced. So what I'm finding with doing these breathwork sessions, that I'm basically offering you an opportunity to see what it is I do every couple of weeks. So I do breathwork every day, like conscious breathing exercises. And sometimes I will sit and have a proper practice, and sometimes it's just taking a deep breath when the toddler does something that I really feel like you shouldn't be doing. So, our breath supports us in so many ways. And these sessions are an opportunity for me to share with you a little bit of these practices as well, so that perhaps you can introduce them into your own life. So one of the things that I say when we do breathwork sessions is, first of all, make sure you have some water. Water is essential for the nervous system, for flushing the lymph, for improving all of our internal circuitry. So it's especially good if we're doing a breathwork practice that involves mouth breathing as opposed to nose breathing. So I'm going to take a sip of water now. Good stuff. But tonight's breath is actually going to be a nose breath. And because it is the full moon and it is a hunter's moon, this is the time when the harvest has been gathered. We are now preparing for winter, and we are gathering in as well the things that we have hunted, really. And so the breath that I want us to do, again, because it's a full moon and a time of release, is going to be through the nose, and it's going to be really very simple. You're going to inhale for 3 and exhale for 6, or inhale for 4 and exhale for 8. And we'll probably do that for around about 10 minutes. Because this is live on YouTube, there's no music involved, but if you want to play some music, please do that. I would highly recommend something like shamanic drumming music. That type of thing can work really well. You want something that is quite earthy, because this is the time of year. This is Vata season. It is quite airy and spacey, and so we need to ground ourselves, and so I find that the drumming music really helps with that. Before we do our breath, I also wanted to share, sometimes I do like oracle readings or tarot readings, but today I'm going to share from a book which my teacher, actually, Melanie Phillips, she is my Ayurvedic teacher. So she trained me as an Ayurvedic yoga specialist, and she has recently just released a book called 108 Messages from Your Higher Self. And basically it's like a sort of oracle deck. You just go like this and then open it up and you choose one. Okay. So this is a message from our higher self, number 31. And here's what it says. Life has prepared you for this very moment. This is what you came for. Lean in, rise up, come together, speak truth into the light, gather, amplify your heart medicine, face the shadow, unite, weave magic into every breath like your life depends on it. Pretty perfect. So I just flick through, open the page, and you just get these little gems each time. That they're fairly simple, and that was just a really lovely one, and particularly in light of everything that I've said, and particularly in light of it being sort of eclipse season. We're also moving into Scorpio, which is, sometimes has a little bit of a sting in its tail. So it is an important time to lean in, to rise up, to allow the magic in the breath to help support you for this lunar cycle to come. I will be back again live with another session on the new moon in 2 weeks' time. But for now, we are going to do this slow, deep breathing. We will start together. I want you to close your eyes if you feel comfortable doing that. I will talk you into it. I will speak and give you timings for the first couple of rounds, and then I will stop, but then I'll come back when the breath is finished and just ask you to come back to slow deep breathing and to open your eyes when you're ready. If you decide, if you're not watching this live with me and you decide to do this before bed, then by all means don't open your eyes, just drift off to sleep. But otherwise you'll come back in and we will finish the session. So if you are ready, you're either seated, lying down. I wouldn't recommend standing. I mean, you can do slow deep breath standing. It's not overly taxing, but I want you to be comfortable. So I'm not getting too comfortable though. This is not a meditation, this is a breathwork practice. So I'm not leaning back into my chair. I'm actually staying upright, spine tall, body relaxed, shoulders back and down, and my head really feeling like it's on top of my spine. Um, I have a little bit of congestion. Thank you very much to the nursery school for bringing home the third virus in 5 weeks. The baby brings them home and gives them to mommy, and that's just how life goes these days. So we shall see how it goes with this breathing. I want you to make sure that your feet are planted into the floor and your hips are planted into the chair. And if you're lying back, that you're lying flat, don't have a pillow under your head, keep the neck and throat open. So keep the head flat and allow your back to feel like it's planted into the bed or the floor or the surface beneath you. So when you are ready and comfortable, allow your eyes to close. But if it doesn't feel right to close the eyes, then you can just draw the attention downwards and look down maybe at your legs or at the floor just beneath you. With the attention drawn inwards, we take our focus onto our breath. At this point, we are not changing the breath, we are just noticing it. You do not need to practice ujjayi breath, that constriction in the throat. You can just breathe normally. In and out through the nose, ideally, but if you want to inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth, by all means do that. But as much as possible, try not to breathe in through the mouth for this particular breathing exercise. Good. When you're ready, you're going to let go of the breath that you have now. And you're going to breathe in for 1, 2, 3, 4. And out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In, out. 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 Keep going with your own flow, your own rhythm. In for a count of 4. It can be a faster or a slower count than mine. And out for a count of 8. Again, it can be faster or slower than mine. If this feels too long, you can try a count of 3 and an exhale out of 6. But by this stage, hopefully the breath has deepened slightly. The lungs are working a little bit differently. And remember, if you do play some music, perhaps the sound of the drumming beat will help you to keep the count. Or you can just keep that count for yourself. For the last few minutes, I'm just going to breathe here with you. And when you hear my voice again, it will be time to complete this breathwork practice. Allow the next exhale to be the last slow, deep exhale. And just come back to a normal breathing rhythm. Perhaps noticing at this point that the breath is actually slower and deeper. That the nervous system seems calmer. That we've moved out of the sympathetic nervous system, the fight or flight, and into the parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest. That relaxing part. This is pretty much an automatic reaction because the inhale stimulates the sympathetic nervous system, whereas the exhale stimulates the parasympathetic nervous system. And if we double the length of the exhale, we bring ourselves into relaxation longer and deeper. So hopefully at this stage, feeling so much more relaxed. If you've opened up your eyes, please close them again for a moment. And I want you to take your hands and rub them together nice and fast for me. And then you're going to place the hands over the eyes, feeling the heat of the hands against the coolness of the eye sockets. This lovely palming action feels so relaxing. This is your time to release everything that no longer serves you, to move into the next part of the lunar season, this next cycle, free of those things that have been holding you back. When you are ready, and only when you are ready, begin to blink the eyes open, to spread the fingers out and to slowly and gently take the hands away from the face. And our breathwork practice for this Hunter's full moon is now complete. Thank you.